After a News on 6 investigation, the state medical examiner's office has changed its policy when it comes to handling the jewelry and other property of those who were killed. The ME's office sent out a letter to every law enforcement agency in the state explaining the new policy after our story on a woman who spent 15 months trying to get back her late husband's wedding ring, only to be told the ME's office had destroyed it.
Linda McAnich's husband Gary died in a hit-and-run boat crash in July of 2013. She began calling the ME's office right after that, letting them know she wanted his wedding ring back whenever they could release it. OHP and the DA both sent letters to the ME saying that ring should be given back to her. But after that, the ME's office told her they had destroyed his ring months earlier.
And I'm just like sitting there bawling. I mean, what do you say? What do you do? I mean, it's gone. It's gone.
After our month-long investigation, the ME's office sent out a letter to police agencies saying, in part, in light of a recent error on our part, we had to update our policy on evidence collection. The problem has become the accumulation of evidence. It often sits in our evidence locker for months and even years. This is a liability that we cannot endure any longer.
Again, my thing and the reason I'm bringing it out is because I don't want it to happen to somebody else. There is no reason that someone would have to lose their spouse's ring. There's no reason for that whatsoever.
The new policy says the ME's office will no longer handle the evidence, that it will be returned to whatever agency is working the case, and then they can choose whether to dispose of it or give it back to the next of kin. It says the agency working the case has 48 hours to get that evidence, and they have to arrive in person to pick it up. It also says they will now document any time that someone contacts them about jewelry or other items, and then they will send a copy of those calls or letters by certified mail to the agency working the case.
Linda tells me, of course, she's very glad the policy has been changed, so hopefully no one does have to deal with this again. But she still has a lot of questions about what actually happened to her husband's ring. So she and I are going to attend this week's Board of Directors meeting for the medical examiner's office to try to get her those answers.